What is good? This is Ahead of the Spread, Wager Talks live late show, where we check out the open numbers for the NBA games for tomorrow. We talk about notable line movements, discuss key matchups and angles for the next day, so you have an early edge for the games tomorrow. I'm Ronald Cabang, co-hosting with Skee Profit. Shout out to Skee running the show solo yesterday. I've been sick the last couple days, man, battling a stomach virus. It's kind of crazy. I think energy wise, I'm still like 80%. But hopefully, Sunday, I think our next show is Sunday, right, Ski? I'll be
Yep.
100% by then.
Good to have
Ski,
you
man,
back.
I know you've been running real hot lately. Tell the people how things are going.
Yeah, well, yesterday, or today rather, I did lose with that Grizzlies play we talked about. Minus 4.5. Didn't get there. That was 2%. But I did have a 5% winner in college. Long Beach State plus 17. They almost went out right. Went to OT, ended up losing by 5. So college basketball continues to roll. I believe I'm number one there, up about maybe 45 units, something like that.
Nice.
And 14 of 15 top 3% or higher have hit. So doing some good work in college basketball right now.
Running hot. For me, I didn't touch anything the last couple of days while I've been sick. Just haven't been able to get my mind right in handicap. So tomorrow will be my first day back with some bets on. So let's see if we can get some stuff for tomorrow. I'll share my or Ski. Can you put Ski? Can you put my screen up? Boom. All right. So we have odds logic. If you guys are new to the show, this is the live odds page that we're using. You can see in the description there should be a link in the description for odds link. You could see, you could see multiple casinos and sports books. It's not only what you see on here, but there's also like PHP and all that stuff for those who have those books. And then you have the injuries, and you can customize your alerts as well. So you can get scores, injuries, and all that stuff. So if you're interested in that, check out the link in the description. Now let's get into that first game. We got the Clippers and the Hornets. The Clippers opened up at minus 14 on the road. The total at 216. This is steamed down to 212.5 at most books. We see a 212 at Bet Online. FanDuel has a 211.5. 14s and 13.5s available for the spread. From an injury perspective, we'll go to the Clippers first. Where is that? Clippers. Chris Dunn ruled out. PJ Tucker still out indefinitely. If we go to the Hornets, so LaMelo Ball out again. Brandon Miller, Trey Mann, Grant Williams still continue to be out. Oh, out for the season for Miller and Williams. And then Mark Williams ruled out for tomorrow as well as Cody Martin. From a situational standpoint, we got the Hornets' first game of a back-to-back. They do have Denver coming into town tomorrow. They're also coming. They're in a bounce back spot, coming off a loss as a favorite. They lost to Brooklyn by 21 points. The Clippers, they've been on the road. This is the third straight game on the road here. Ski. What are your thoughts on this game here?
For the most part, I agree with the market on the total coming down from 216 to 212.
Mm-hmm.
When you don't have LaMelo out there, we know how much that hurts the pace, just hurts the offense in general for this Hornets team. And these are two teams that already weren't playing with very much pace. And then
Mm-hmm.
last 5 games, top 10 defensive rated teams, it's the offense that we gotta have question marks about. So I think under 212, 212.5 would be my preferred look. But I thought about Hornets team total, but 99, it gets kind of tough when it gets under 100. So those are the ways that I'm thinking about it, though.
Yeah. So I just pulled up Lamelo Ball or Hornets without Lamelo Ball. They've gone under in 7 straight games. From an ATS perspective, 6-7 ATS, 1-12 straight up. So they definitely are struggling offensively. The last 6 out of 7 games without Lamelo Ball, they've stayed under 100. So if you're looking at that team total under, it still might be a solid spot here. Um, I would actually lean in that direction too. I would probably lean towards the under and the Hornets team total under as well. Um, I mean, it looks like Brandon Miller and LaMelo are both going to be out for. I mean, Brandon Miller's out for the season. LaMelo Ball out indefinitely. I mean, what are who from a prop perspective, Ski, can we look at on the Hornet side? Isn't there something that we could take advantage of there? You're on mute.
Yeah, I'm not really running to the window with anything, but I know Miles Bridges will have to score a lot more. Vasilija Mitric, maybe his assist, um, maybe his, yeah, maybe his assist. Yeah, I'm
Mhm.
not really looking to play this game, honestly. It's one way ticket. It's just under, so
Yeah, makes sense to
that's
me.
all I'm thinking about.
All right, let's move on to the next game here. We have the Mavericks and the Pistons. The Mavericks open up at -1, total at 232. This has steamed down as low as 228. Still see some 228 and a halves, and Pinnacle still has 229. The line has shifted over to the Pistons side though. We're seeing 1.5 at Pinnacle and Circa. We do see a pick 'em at Bet Online, but majority 1.5s for Detroit. From an injury perspective, we'll go to Dallas first. So Kleber, Lively, Doncic out. Dwight Powell out. Exum is questionable. If we go to the Detroit side, just Jaden Ivey. So I mean, Detroit's the more healthier team. That's probably the reason why. If we look at situational notes, nothing to, as of nothing significant for situational notes. Um, I mean, do you ride with the healthier team here, Ski, or is I mean Dallas going to be able to take care of business here?
Yeah, I'll be honest. There's two games on this slate that I really just it's hard for me to have an opinion. Like Dallas, since Lucas went down, I haven't really been playing on them too much. I'm
Hmm.
not really sure what to expect on night in and night out basis. For Detroit, I mean, when I look to play on them, I really would rather just play on Cade or stay out the way. So yeah, probably Cade props. But again, this is a game that doesn't have my interest. So I'm sorry I can't help you guys more.
One way that I would look at it would probably be towards the under. I think it's steamed already down a few points, but if you look at their defensive efficiency, 14th and 4th in their last 10 games, look at these things right here. The effective field goal percentage, both teams struggling offensively, 20th and 19th, but effective field goal percentage allowed limiting to um, the 5th and 3rd best defensively. So I would probably look towards the under based on that. Only my only worry is the Pistons' pace is 7th in the league in the last 10 games. So um, other than the pace, a lot of the defensive numbers are pointing towards an under type game. All right, let's go to game 3. Denver and Philadelphia. We have the Nuggets opening up at -8, up to -9 now across the board, except for BetMGM does have a 9.5. The total is opened up at 232, and this has steamed up to 233.5 at Bet Online, but 232 across the board, except for Circa actually went down. From an injury perspective, we'll go to Denver. Nothing there. And then we'll go to Philadelphia. All right, so McKinnon and Embiid out indefinitely. Paul George, Drummond, and Martin out. From a situational notes, the Nuggets' first game of the back-to-back. We mentioned earlier they're going to go to Charlotte tomorrow. And then the Sixers, third game in 4 nights. They are in a letdown spot. They did beat the Kings as 9-point favorites. 9-point dogs at home. And this is a double-digit in-season revenge for the Sixers as well. Um, I mean, not much of a look ahead to Charlotte, but it is a first game of back-to-back for the Nuggets. Ski. What are your thoughts here?
Yeah, this is one that is very, very interesting to me. These teams did play not that long ago on the 21st.
Hmm.
Denver blew out Philadelphia 144 to 109. Since then, Phillies won 4 straight, and they come back into this game at home at what 8.5 point
Hmm.
dog, I think it is 9 point dog here. So it just and at the same time, Nuggets have lost 3 straight, and they're still a big dog. So part of me kind of feels like a part of me feels like, do the Nuggets really go and lose 4 in a row? And then the other side of me is like when you lose by 30 something points, like you remember that and you want to come out and you know revenge that loss in a sense. So I
Hmm.
think Philly comes to play too. If I think like that, I mean, can we get there with the over? The pace for Philly when there's no big, it doesn't show it in the numbers, but just my thought, like when you don't have the bigs and then you just have Maxi there, I
Hmm.
think it's Philly as a fast break running team. Philly also the second worst defensive rated team last 5 games. Nuggets, they like to get out and run. Their offense is efficient and they don't play a whole lot of defense. I'm looking at their last few games.
Hmm.
Last what five all have cleared this 231 and a half, 232 number that we're looking at right now. So
Hmm.
I think the best look is the over if I'm playing right now.
I like that. I like that. Denver giving up a good chunk of points. As far as pace goes, I know the numbers, like you said, the number doesn't say they're playing at a fast pace, but when it's just Maxi there, it does seem like they move a little bit quicker. The Nuggets, obviously, if they control the game, the pace is going to be up. The over, I think, I think that is the right way to go. Is it moving up? Did I say it was moving up? What was it
Well, it
going?
opened 232. Some
230.
shops I see at 231 and a half.
Mm-hmm.
There's most shops 232 and a half, but I even see one having 233 and a half. So
Gotcha.
kind of all over the place.
Should we see how the Sixers do without Embiid and Paul George?
Sure. Maybe Embiid and Drummond. I would look at.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So without both Embiid and Drummond, nothing too significant. It is 8-6 to the over. Let's do. Yeah, nothing too significant, but a lot of these games actually they're on the second leg of back to back, so that could have been affecting them too. I do agree with the
So
over though.
so
I think
put rest does not equal zero, or you know what I'm saying,
greater
rest
than
greater
zero.
than zero.
Yeah, 4-3 to
Still
the
four and
over.
three.
Yeah, four
Okay.
and three. But it's a small. It's just because it's a smaller sample size.
Hmm.
I would still lean in that direction though. It does make sense to me. All these totals are super low. The only one that was above 222 and a half, this 230 here, they cleared the over by margin. I think that's right. I think you're looking at the right direction. I think the over is the way on that one. All right, let's move on to Bulls Raptors. The Raptors open up at -2.5. This is steamed up to 4.5 across the board. Total 231. This is steamed up to 233. 234 is the highest I see at Bet Online. Injuries, we'll go to Chicago first. Levine ruled out, Craig out indefinitely, and THT is questionable. If we go to Toronto, quickly, Kelly Olynyk and Grady, questionable, all questionable. Situational standpoint, in-season revenge for the Raptors here. What they played in December. It was a 1-point game, tight game in Toronto. What are your thoughts here on this one, Skee?
Toronto has won 5 in a row. They're the number one defensive rated team in that span. Chicago without Levine should struggle to score a little bit more. I mean, I would have to look towards Toronto or nothing, just the way they're playing right now.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe it's a Chicago team total under. I mean, if the Raptors are going to continue, I would have to look closer, make sure it's not like a one outlier game.
Mm-hmm.
But Raptors defense looks like they're showing up right now. So either Raptors or Bulls team total under.
My only worry, Ski, on that is just like if you look at who Toronto have played, Washington, Pelicans, Atlanta twice, Orlando. I don't think everyone was back yet on the 21st. Um,
Very
they
true.
did beat Boston though. That was which was surprising. Um, but that would be my only worry about backing Toronto in this game here.
I get it.
But Chicago's still not. I mean, they're not a great team either though. So um, this would probably be a stay away here for me. The pace though, the pace of play is up. You mentioned Raptors defense, both in the top 12 defensively last 10 games. Offensively, the bottom 12. I mean, would this be an under type game?
Um,
Sorry, yeah, under type game. Even with the pace, but their defensive and offensive rating kind of canceling that out.
well, Raptors have been playing at the second fastest pace last 5 games. Number one
Mm,
defensive rated team. All 5 of those games, or I'm sorry, 4 out of 5 went under. Opponents' team totals are 5-0 to the under. So, like I said, it will be Bulls team total under if I'm looking at it.
got you. Team total under makes sense to me. So last 10 games, opponents 7-3 to their team total under against the Raptors. Bulls 6-4 to team total under last 10 games. Just they haven't been covering either. 2-7-1 ATS full game, 8-2 for the Raptors. So I mean, trending in that direction. So I would probably agree with you. Most likely a stay away from me though. All right, so we got 3 games left. The Bucks and the Spurs here. The Bucks open up at -3. Uh, Still -3 across the board except for MGM. Bet MGM at 2.5. The total open up at 230.5. That's steamed up to 233 is the highest I see, but majority 232.5. Could still get a 231 at DraftKings. All right, so we go to injuries. We'll go to Milwaukee first. Portis ruled out. AJ Green questionable, and we'll go to the Spurs. They have a clean injury report for now. Situational notes here for the Bucks: rest advantage, 2 more days of rest, and they are in a bounce back spot. They did lose to the Blazers by double digits, and then the Spurs, they're looking at a double digit in season revenge angle. First game of back to back though. They do have Miami coming into town tomorrow. I mean, the Spurs are healthy. Um, I don't know. What are your thoughts here?
My first thought is Milwaukee finally got a couple days rest after all the travel stuff that they had been dealing with.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, it was a lot of stuff from their game being canceled to just a lot of just travel situations that were not in their favor. So 2 days
Mhm.
rest will do them good. They, like you said, are in a bounce back spot after losing to Portland. And Spurs, I mean, Giannis usually gets up to play versus Wemby. I think he looks on the other side and he doesn't want to let him get the best of him. Last what 3, maybe 4 games here, Bucks have won by this 3 point margin that we're looking at here today. For the Spurs, I want to say they've covered like top of my head. I think it's 2 of their last 10 games, something like that. One of them was in that France game for Wemby, and they came back. Maybe we're a little bit jet lagged, lost to the Clippers there. I'm not sure, how ready they are to go here versus Milwaukee either. And they haven't been playing the best. Like Milwaukee, even with all this schedule stuff, they still been playing good basketball.
Mhm.
Like they've been winning games by margin. Couple hiccups in there. I mean, I would be looking at Milwaukee or nothing in this game.
But yeah, it seems like the two teams going in different directions, right? If you look at the Spurs side, they failed to cover in 8 of their last 10. They're giving up a ton of points. Look at the last what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games here went over, giving up the team total over by double digits and for the last 5 as well. Obviously, they did have some travel, right? They went to Paris. That could have affected some things here in their first game back against the Clippers. Um, I mean, do you feel like they're still kind of affected by that travel? It hasn't even been a week yet. Coming back from Paris, so
I do.
you think they're good? The one way
Well,
you
I
would
bet
do it,
against them in the last, or actually, no. Actually, I played the under in the last game, thinking that the defense would show up and the offense wouldn't be there. But
yeah.
the Clippers ended up winning that game by margin, and
Mhm.
yeah, I think they'll still be affected, and they just haven't been playing the best basketball.
Would you look towards the Bucks team total over then?
Um,
Or I mean, would that be a nice angle for you to take a look at?
I could understand that. I'm not mad at Bucks team total. Spurs defense has been really lacking, even with Wemby there. They
Mhm.
kind of been giving it up, so I'm not mad at that look. One thing I'll say is let's make sure it's not an outlier game because didn't the Pacers kind of kill them that one game in that quick revenge?
Mhm.
So I'm looking at it. I mean, yeah, they gave it 128 to Clippers, 136. Yeah. I'm not mad at team total.
So looking at prior to the game against the Blazers, they hit their team total in 7 straight games. They struggled against the Blazers. They were on the second leg of back-to-back games. Now they got rest going into this one. And we did talk about this a few nights ago, um, looking ahead to this potential matchup between Giannis and Wemby, right? Uh, I I would think that the Bucks show up here. I would probably look in their direction, maybe potentially a team total over.
Last three times they play, I mean, Milwaukee 121, 125, 132. They can score on this team.
Yeah.
What's
Well,
the
what is
team
that
total
team total
number
right
we're
now?
looking at? I'll tell you right now. Team total, as soon as it refreshes there, 116.5 was the opener, 117.5 right now.
I think they could do that.
I
Team
agree.
total over. All right, I would lean in that direction there. All right, so we got 2 games left. Boston, the Celtics and Pelicans. Celtics 10.5 at open, 11s across the board. The total at 231.5. Still seeing 231.5 across the board. Actually, DraftKings has a 232. From an injury perspective, we'll go to Boston. Horford available to play. Hauser is questionable. On the Pelican side, Daniel Teese unlikely to play. Hawkins questionable. Jones and Ingram continue to be out. Situational notes here: Pelican side in-season revenge. Nothing of note on the Celtics side. Um, I mean, didn't we talk about the Celtics off a loss and then kind of putting things together for a couple games? I mean, would you? I know it's double digits here on the road, but would you think it's the Celtics or nothing here? Oh, you're on mute, Ski.
My bad. Before the show, I kind of was asking you if you know how to look up when teams cover. So maybe
Oh,
if you can check how the Celtics have done after they cover a game this season.
mhm.
That's what I'm interested in. And then Pelicans have been pretty bad. Um, they're coming off of a game that
Oh, damn.
I can't see it yet. Hold on, let me get back over there. What we looking at? Three
So
and
Celtics,
16. They get
yeah, three and
complacent.
6. Damn, that's
They get,
crazy.
and I don't know. I feel like I might have saw Jay Money mention this or somebody, but it just
Uh-huh.
I remembered in my head. But yeah, they get complacent after they cover again. When they lose, they're like, okay, we gotta actually play again. We gotta,
Yeah,
and then they go and win a game, and they're like, all right, screw it,
like we're
go
good.
back to
Yeah.
doing yeah. So between that, the Pelicans, um, they're double digit home dogs in this game. They're coming off a game where they just lost by. I mean, they're within double digits. I know they haven't been playing their best, but if Celtics come out complacent,
Hmm.
Pelicans at home, I think that they can keep it within the number.
So I took that what you said, right? Celtics off a ATS cover. Then I said, all right, what if they're off an ATS cover and double digit favorites? They failed to cover 10 straight in that spot there specifically. Does seem like it's Pelicans or nothing. Let me just Pelicans home dogs, double digits. was against the Warriors. They covered
They
that
did
one.
cover.
There was only one instance, but they did cover.
Only
Damn,
time
that's
they've been a home
crazy.
dog.
That's a
Yeah, I
good
mean,
call.
and
That's a good call out.
I'll show you. Let me see if I can do this. Um,
You take over?
I'm gonna try to share my screen. I guess
Yeah.
see if this will work. Is it?
Yeah.
That's mine now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so double digit home dogs off a loss by 8 or less. You see, they're hitting at like 60%.
Yeah.
And that says to play the Pelicans. So it's a lot of support as far as database and stuff saying to play the
Hmm.
Pelicans tonight or tomorrow.
I like it, man. It might be
Back on
that.
yours now.
That dirty,
Yeah.
dirty play of the day.
Let's get to them dirty, dirty, filthy dogs.
Yeah. Oh man, I love it. I love it. All right. Well, looking towards the Pelicans, man. Let's do it. Last game on the board. The Suns and the Warriors. Warriors open up at -1. Total 226.5. This has come up to 228 at some books. 227.5 still available. Um, and from a side perspective, it's kind of all over the place. So Circa and Pinnacle has shifted to the Suns at -1, but we still have some other books: Bet Online, BetMGM, DraftKings, FanDuel, all favor with Golden State favored. All right, let's look at the injury report. Kevin Durant is available. Wait, that was Wednesday. So no update for Durant and Dunn yet. And then let's go to Golden State. Just Green and Kuminga continue to be out. Situational notes here: third game in 4 nights for the Warriors. Letdown spot here. They did beat the Thunder as double-digit dogs, and then the Suns. First game of a back-to-back. They have Portland on deck, and then they do have the in-season revenge angle here. Skee, what are your thoughts here? I don't know what about the update on Kevin Durant yet. Like they might have him just as questionable, and he might end up playing. What are your thoughts here on this one?
um, well, I don't think that it'll be a letdown for Golden State. They haven't been playing good enough basketball to exhale after winning one game.
Mm-hmm.
Um, They've now won a couple in a row though, and I think they would want to build on that. Um, I know they played the Thunder, who are a really good defensive team last game, but they kind of had a little bit of success playing faster and just trying to be more up tempo. And I think that they'll continue to play like that. And I would be more willing to bet on them continuing that success than I think the Suns here. So I'll lean with the Warriors at the house.
So they won what? Oh, two straight. So they did beat Utah. Whole bunch of people out. Wasn't there like a whole bunch of people out for both teams on this one?
It was Steph
Uh,
didn't play. A lot of
yeah,
people for Utah didn't play. Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, maybe they're trending in the right direction. I mean, Phoenix has a couple wins here. They did beat. I mean, it was Washington, but they did beat Brooklyn here. That was a should have been an easy game as well. They did beat the Clippers, who have been playing really well. This one's a tough one for me, especially at this number. I mean, it seems like it's kind of going in both directions. I think a lot of people might be confused on this game here. I'd probably stay away from it. From a total perspective, though, do you think this is an under type game?
I need to see a little bit more consistency from Golden State on the defensive end. Like
Mm,
I don't feel like they've been playing good enough defense for me to trust the under. I like the pace that both teams have been playing
yeah,
at, but again, I said that Warriors looked like they were speeding up the pace, and if they continue that combined with the defense they've been playing, then no, I can't get there with under.
gotcha. Yeah, that was kind of the reason I was looking at the under was because of the pace of play. But yeah, definitely can't trust the defense
Like that
the way
last
that they've been
game,
playing.
the first half of the game and the second half was completely different game. Like they played that first half, they're like, we're not gonna have a chance if we don't start to play faster. And you just saw
Mhm.
them like get up and down the court.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. Man, that's tough. I would probably stay away from this one then. That's a good call out. All right, that's what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games tomorrow. Went through all of them. Let me stop sharing the screen here. Oh, actually, you want to pull the screen out? So that was 7 games, guys. We went through all of them. Broke down the open numbers, line movements, give out some good angles. If you guys like what we're doing here on this show, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button. Leave comments and all that stuff after the show as well. That'll just help our show continue to grow. Obviously, not too many people here at night, but I mean, you can catch in the morning and with the replays, and we'll still be able to utilize these angles. Skee, before we cut out, what do you want to leave as far as like leans for the viewers, or if you want to give out a play?
Well, shout out to the chat. There are some people up for sure. B Daddy, one of the usual guys in there. Bitsy. Appreciate you guys staying up. Mark A, another one of the usual suspects there. Siobhan, I appreciate that. We did talk about the Blazers. I didn't actually bet it. I should have. It looked like it was an easy winner, but I appreciate you staying up to watch the show. Yeah, just a lot of good people in the chat. AJ giving us some thanks. So we appreciate you guys all in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
So for ways that I'm looking, we are going to go Denver, Philly over 231.5, Bucks -3 or Bucks team total over 117.5,
Mm-hmm.
and Pelicans +11. That is what my short list consists of.
Yeah, so I agree with those. Pelicans +11, the Bucks team total over. Did you say Denver and Philly over? Was that one?
Yes.
Yeah, that one I do agree as well. I think there was another over that I was looking at too. I think it might have been Chicago and Toronto. Might have been the other one that I was leaning towards. That I mean, yeah, I think we're in a pretty good alignment there as far as the leans for tomorrow. I haven't bet anything yet either, but I'll probably get to the window with at least one of those. That's it. That's the end of the show. I'm glad to be back. Our next show though will be on Sunday. We don't do the weekends here on ahead of the spread. And
Come on,
for those
man.
of you
You
who
know.
know Skee, you know why.
Gotta
But
have, you work hard, play hard,
yeah,
man.
work hard, play hard. I'll be down there next time in Vegas. I'll be down there in March. I told Skee the story, but I fucked up booking the tickets. You guys will hear about it next time. But yeah, I'll be in Vegas, Skee. So I'll see you down there in
Sounds
March.
good.
Yep. With that said, we'll see everybody on Sunday. Good luck with all your actions. Till next time. Peace.
Oh, I gotta end the show this time.